Hey, you didn't bring up what I thought and what a lot of other people thought was the highlight of SmackDown. Did you not see the LA Knight Carmelo Hayes interview?
Oh, I forgot about that. You got me sidetracked. I skipped ahead. Yes, I did. And also, what's her name? Kayla.
Kayla Braxton.
Ought to call her clueless. He was trying to work with her a little bit. And she just stand there dumbfounded, like you could almost see behind her eyes. This wasn't in the script. He's just talking to me. But yeah, I don't yet know what anybody sees in young Carmelo that he should be interacting at this point in time with the main event guys in the company, and especially do it unless the idea is he's to get heat by being disrespectful when he's absolutely not ready for the spot. I mean, what?
Well, again, he was a babyface. It looks like now they're starting to make him heel.
Well, starting, he's been an asshole to me since he showed up about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
For those that didn't hear the face-to-face backstage with Kayla Braxton, here's some brief audio to capture the moment.
Look, man, why would LA want to face you when a first-round draft pick is standing right here?
Well, if I face myself, I'd be looking in the mirror. You're talking about Logan, right? Yeah, let's get it right. Get your names right.
Look, truth is, he knows ball.
And there it is. He forgot who he was talking to, who he was staring at. And LA Knight didn't let it go, and you couldn't because everyone heard him say, did he just call himself to him? You know, everyone heard it happen. So LA Knight's good on the fly.
Well, that's what he started out asking old clueless Kayla a question legitimately. All she had to say was yes or no. It was some one-word thing to just act like that she was comprehending the words that were coming out of his mouth. But you could tell also he was doing his thing and she didn't really know that was coming, but she wasn't listening. She was apparently waiting either for her, the cue for her next line or just to get the fuck out of the picture. And finally he said, okay, you're going to answer. Okay, don't answer. And then she tried to say something and he went on with it anyway. It was like she was just staring blankly at him. Does anybody know how to fucking just do live TV there anymore? Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, not a good look for Carmelo. He looked, getting lost on TV like that on live TV is not good.
And see, thing is, with the first airing, I didn't understand what Hayes said well enough to understand that he was fucking up. And then I just thought LA Knight was belittling him. And then you played that back earlier. And it's so... He had that memorized in his head, whatever he was given on a piece of paper, to the point where but the only thing he dangled his participle or he mixed up his tenses or whatever, and he was talking to the wrong person, but he was trying to recite the words. That's what a lot of the problem is with wrestling these days, is that it ain't wrestling enough. It's bad community theater.
It's, it's like, who can you see talking the way they do at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Like, I could see LA Knight just living in gimmick. Carmelo Hayes is speaking, again, on the video, for those who haven't seen it, you can really tell. Like you said, he's memorized what he's going to say. He kind of has the reactions down. And then LA Knight throws him off by pointing out that he's thrown off. And LA Knight is as smooth as can be, as calm as can be, because he knows who he's talking to. But if you have everything memorized, it's going to throw you off, and that's the way it came across.
Oh, God, that's like if you saw the Dream Machine, my wonderful friend Troy Graham, in the goddamn corner convenience store, he without his mask on in street clothes, you would instantly know it was the masked Dream Machine because he was acting and talking the same fucking way.
If I ran into Dusty Rhodes at the gas station, there's a chance he may call me baby.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes. Or he may cuss you out. It just depends on what kind of mood he was in. I swear to God, when it was in Philadelphia at the Civic Center one night in '86, when Dusty and Magnum had just got the fucking fur coats and they were wearing the fur. But bear in mind, this was warm weather. But I'm standing back waiting for Dennis Corluzzo to pull up because he's going to take us out of there back to our hotel. And then Bobby and Dennis are coming down after they got their shit done and got dressed and everything. And there come Dusty and Magnum on the other side of the giant garage door entranceway. But anyway, the point is, I'm hiding over the corners so any stray fans don't see me to begin with. But now next to Dusty and Magnum, and some random Civic Center worker a kid in a t-shirt comes up to Dusty and says, "Can I have your autograph?" And Dusty said, "Yeah." And he said, the kid asked Dusty, he said, "Do you have a pen?" And that was too much. Dusty said, "Yeah, I got it sticking out of my ass." Like, he'd give the kid an autograph, but he's not going to provide a fucking pen. He's standing there in a $25,000 fucking chinchilla coat. But anyway, times were simpler back then, Brian. But now you got to swerve people. You got to scramble people. You got to get away from people. People can't know what you're up to and where you're at. They can locate you all kinds of different ways. You know, we were talking about whether or not the Bloodline's going to swerve us, and with Heyman or whatever, or swerve Strickland, or even old Shitstain. Swerve, bro. But the real way to swerve people in today's modern space-age society, ladies and gentlemen, they soon will put a man on the moon. You got to scramble your signal. You can't let these big technological companies, they've got the computers, they've got you've seen the film of those big banks of computers with the wheels spinning and the gears running, just those IBM machines. These big tech companies have walls and walls of those things, don't they, Brian? Just walls and walls of them.
Well, you said you've seen films, yeah, like from the 50s and 60s, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they got, all kinds of these things. And what they're doing is they're spying on you. You may think you can fix your privacy setting or turn off your app tracking. Those are just things they tell you, ladies. The games that the games people play, you take them or you leave. I'm telling you, you need to leave them instead of taking them, because they're feeding on your information, literally sucking your blood, the blood of your internet history, out of you, and they are draining you of it, and they are selling it to the highest bidder who can suckle on some more of it. And one way or another, they're going to suck on you until you're dry. So you need to convince them that you're somewhere else. When they come to find you to suck more of you, you're not home. Scramble your signal with ExpressVPN. Because when you put the ExpressVPN app on your computer or your phone, then they're telling these people that you've got an IP address somewhere on a mountaintop in Tibet. So they can do whatever they want with the fucking monks up there. We don't care. We don't know any of them personally. And they don't listen to us because they've taken a vow of silence. Wait a minute. Does that mean they can't talk or they can't listen?
Hey, speaking of mountaintops, Darby Allin was supposed to climb Mount Everest. Didn't like 2 people from the latest voyage to the top of Mount Everest just die?
Well, maybe they're the ones that took his place. See, if not for being hit by a bus and breaking his foot and being run over by a fucking bread truck, he'd be up there on Mount Everest now.
Maybe he'll bring the flamethrower. Wouldn't that help him?
Well, that may be you may have to figure that's the hard way to defrost somebody, isn't it? Wouldn't that go straight from frostbite into fucking 3rd-degree burns? Remember the midget that used
Frankie
to work for Dennis Corlew?
Burns.
Frankie 3rd-degree Burns. That was the greatest name in the history of wrestling. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, ExpressVPN, who we're still talking about somehow, encrypts and reroutes 100% of your online activity so that hackers and Wi-Fi people and internet providers can't see it. They don't know what's going on. Potentially wives, divorce attorneys. Well, depends on what your preferences are. And you just take one click and protect everything. One ExpressVPN subscription covers up to 5 devices at the same time. You like the toaster, the refrigerator, the stove, the microwave.
Suspect device.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just thinking of a good song.
Oh. Well, nevertheless, you can protect your entire family by doing this. From hiding your activities from them is probably the best way to protect them. So go right now to ExpressVPN, ExpressVPN.com. They wrote out .dot. They wrote it out. .com/JCE. And you're going to get an extra 3 months free on top of what you already get when you sign up for this valuable life-saving service. Because they can literally, let's say, for example, that you commit international espionage and the government is able to.
Let's not say that.
Well, no, let's just hypothetically. We're not encouraging people to, but there are people that are going to engage in that type of activity. We can't legislate morality.
We're not encouraging, but there are people who will do it nonetheless.
That's exactly what I just said. So if you're going to do the international espionage, you're going to have some trace on your computer, and the government is going to find that, and if they're going to weasel down your computer hole and in through your wiring until they go up through the poop chute, and the SWAT team's going to be beating your door down, launching the fucking flash, bang, boom, fing, fang, foom, and you're going to be obliterated. Or you can get expressvpn.com/JCE and get an extra 3 months for free that the government won't batter down your front door with flamethrowers. And it's going to be cheaper than the cost of repairs of your home after the government batters it down with flamethrowers. Just don't let them know where you are.
Once again, if you want to see great programs that you're blocked from seeing here in the States, various programs like the Great British Sewing Bee, and others, ExpressVPN is the choice for you and yours. One more time, Jim, if you have indeed done it before, but at least let's start with what's the promo code, Jim?
Well, just from start, and by the way, that if you want to be frivolous, yes, watch the sewing, expressvpn.com/JCE to learn more. You can get an extra 3 months for free. You can, protect yourself, and it's like encasing your entire family in a giant condom. The protection that you need to provide as the caregiver and the breadwinner and the deer slayer and a dog catcher of the family.
All right. ExpressVPN, ladies and gentlemen, to once again access stuff that your region is locked out of seeing on the internet.
Yeah. And you can pass international files. You just mark them confidential. And then you can go from there.